page or the YouTube, depending on where you're watching it, and I will do my best to keep up with both of those. Um, like viewing Facebook is probably the little easier side of it, but it is what it is. Um, Not a lot of new information as far as postponing and canceling. Everything's pretty much the same as it was last week as far as things that were postponed and canceled. Nothing has been um instantly brought back to life yet. There's a lot of stuff going around about the reopening of things in Iowa. As far as I've read and seen so far, the bars and casinos and places basically to shoot pool, it looks like um, they're still not going to be open for a while. So we're still kind of hiding in basements and garages and stuff like that and shooting with friends. Um, so as soon as we hear something, we will pass it along to you. And you, of course, if you hear something or know somebody that's taking care of some things, you can have them get a hold of us, and we'll do our best to share it. Don't forget, as always, we're always looking to hear from players and venue owners, um, anybody that does anything to help the sport, anything we can do to help get through these weird times. Get a hold of us, and uh, we will do everything we can to share your story with people. I'm looking around a couple things here, trying to kind of get situated. I'm going to touch on these things, a couple things throughout the night. I'll probably end up repeating some of them, so I'm sure you'll hear them. Um, there are some more places that are starting to open up again for curbside, doing some uh, liquor curbside sales and some more food. Of course, you got Froggies and Rock Falls that's doing their stuff, and their schedules on their Facebook page and their menu as well. And then along with their regular menu, they have daily specials that you can find everything right there on their Facebook page. Just search Froggies Bar and Grill. Make sure you look at the Illinois one. Um, if I remember correctly, I had to check on it. I didn't. I forgot to look at it to double check it. The cooler was doing something, I think on a different day. I'm not sure if they were doing their Saturday thing again. So if anybody knows about that or can get a hold of Renee and them or whatever and tell them to give me a call and we can give them a shout out and let people know what they're doing. Whiskey Barrel in Rock Falls posted some new hours Tuesday through Thursday 3 to 8 and Friday and Sunday 2 to 8. You call ahead for your carry out or curbside 815-716-8061. Um, you can call the cooler 815-632-3010 and they'll let you know what they got going on. I'm not sure if Corner Tap's doing anything this Saturday or not. They did last Saturday, but if nothing else, you can give them a call and find out if they answer. Then you can ask them. If they don't, then obviously they aren't. 815-625-4463. We talked about it last week as well. The Wainwright Joe Valente tournament has been rescheduled right now tentatively for June 27th. Haven't seen anything else about that, so I'm not 100% sure about that. And I believe the Shamrock is back open. I don't know if I'm missing it or what. I was trying to find some more information about that. So if anybody knows any more about that or knows how to get a hold of somebody that shares some information, tell them to get a hold of us and get a hold of us tonight. We'll get you on live and we'll talk about it and let people know what you got going on. Oh man, for all those that have been who have gone or going too long without your alley loop fix of your sandwiches. I saw some information on Facebook, and I talked to one of the lovely, lovely young ladies over there who said that starting May 18th, Alley Loop will be doing curbside pickup for their sandwiches and stuff. Um, I did not see any more information other than that. You can check them out on Facebook as well. Give them a call, 815-288-9335. And as soon as I have more information, I will share it with you on the TNT Facebook page as well. And you can say if you don't find it there, go on Facebook and search Alley Loop and Dixon. They have amazing sandwiches. I mean, I'm always seeing all the pictures of them. And if they're the way that people talk about them, they're 100 times better than they look in the pictures when they post them. So definitely check that out. We're going to let me find this here. We're going to we're going to go ahead and we're going to call up Teresa real quick, and we're going to get started with that. So, like I said, comment or text your questions for Teresa if you have any, and I will pass them along. We will try to get you the best answer we can for information on the Rock Falls, the Sterling Rock Falls Summer League that normally shoots on Thursdays. Obviously, things have been kind of wonky and on hold, so we're gonna see if we can find out a little more about that right now. So let's ring her up and see what's going on. It's ringing. It's really loud, huh?
Hello?
Teresa.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing? It's Bud, TNT, Off the Rail. We're talking to you live right now. How you doing?
Pretty good. Yourself?
Well, living the dream, So I talked to you a little earlier in the week, and then decided we were going to give you a call and kind of try to answer some questions and find out what was going on with the Rock Falls Summer League. Obviously, everything's still being on hold because we can't go and do anything outside of our homes, apparently.
Right.
I've told some people if they had some questions they could comment in and share them with you and try to get them answered. And I have some as well that I've been hearing throughout, so I figured I'd ask you about them. One of them was, do you have any plans for maybe trying to have some kind of a makeshift meeting or talk to previous year's captains and maybe start to compile any kind of list beforehand?
Yes, I'd really like to get together with a bunch of the captains because there's a few of the rules that we need to discuss because there's been some topics that have been brought to my attention, and we've pretty much changed, I don't want to say the venue, but we are not going to allow Black Hawk bars in the league anymore.
Oh, really? So that,
right.
that kind of cuts out a few corner tap PJs. What's that other one? The one out on
Froggies.
Oh yeah, Frog. Oh, I didn't realize. I forgot Froggies. It was a Black Hawk table. What's that? Is that the other one's the Palms or whatever?
Right. That's a Black Hawk.
Yep. So, and just and if you don't want to, that's fine. What exactly brought that out?
We've been talking about it for about 4 years now, and Joe decided that this year was the year we were going to do it.
Which makes sense. They run their leagues the same way. They run their ACS leagues the same way, where they you pretty much have to have their stuff to play in their leagues. So, all right.
Right.
So now by excluding them, are you limiting it to just Jedi tables or just not Blackhawk tables?
Not Blackhawk. Basically, there's 8. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, there's 8 area establishments that they'll be able to play out of.
Okay, well, it's not bad. Not bad. So you said you and did you have a plan for? Were you gonna maybe try to contact individually the captains, or were you thinking maybe trying to keep up with the times and maybe do something a little virtual like everybody else seems to be doing nowadays, or did you have a plan, or maybe hoping we could facilitate something for you?
Well, actually, the posters that were made for the meeting back in April, had this on there, that these were the bars that were going to be allowed in the league, and it had a list of the bars.
Did you get many of those out? I'm trying to remember.
We didn't get them out because all this happened.
All right. Well, if you have one, why don't you can send me a file or a picture of it, and I'll get it out for you and see what we can do.
Okay. All right.
Well, if you are a captain that and listening or watching and happen to be one of the on that list of places that you'll need to find a new venue for, just jump in the comments real quick and share your question with Teresa, and we'll try to get it answered. So right now we're pretty much locked down basically till the end of May. And we had talked
Right.
before when we did our interview a while back, a few weeks or whatever it was. Time seems so different now. I can't even remember. Yesterday seems like months ago almost sometimes. But we had talked, and because you don't really run into a conflict with anybody else, you have the luxury of being able to go pretty deep into the year before you get started. Now, one of the questions I had, one question that someone asked me at one point was, they were asking about qualifying, because there's a lot of people that use the summer league, have always used the summer league to qualify, so they didn't have to play in the fall for qualifying for state and everything. And it was always unique, and I'd always kind of get this lost, and I was kind of hoping to get this clarified. Your season, normally you had your meeting in April, and you usually started, I think, the end of March used to be when you started, or the end of April, right?
Right.
And with the way the ACS season went, because of when you started, you were able to, your sanction fees usually covered people who did play in the fall, because I think the way it worked, didn't you end up, your sanction fees actually paid the next season, not for, because an ACS season goes from June 1st to May 31st.
Right. And with our summer league, I send the sanction in June, and that covers you until May 31st.
Okay, which then that's how they use that for the qualifying for the next state. Because one of the questions I had was people were kind of concerned with the possibility, because it still is. I mean, and this will lead me to my next question. There's still the possibility that summer leagues could end up not being summer leagues. They could either not happen or end up being fall leagues. Or even
Right.
fall leagues. I mean, at this point, nobody can even say whether fall leagues are going to be fall leagues or not.
Right.
And so one of the questions was, well, what happens if we can't get, because Illinois, obviously, you have to have 6 weeks in, and Iowa's, I think, 4 weeks and things like that. And so the question was, well, what happens if our leagues get so messed up that we can't get those in? Are we going to be able to qualify for state? Well, I talked to John. I called him the other night to ask him that, because it was something I was kind of curious. And basically, he said that, you got to play. You got to get qualified. Even with the cancellation of the Nationals, they were still allowing everybody to, all those perks and things like that from state winnings and whatever moved over to next year's Nationals, but they still had to play again and get sanctioned and get their time in. So my next question is there going to be a point where you will say, we just can't do this, right? Let's just say that for some reason we don't get let off at the end of May and we end up going another 30 days or longer. Is there going to be a point where you just say, no, I'm not even going to mess with summer leagues this year, and try to maybe, will you just put a stop to it, or will you just say, hey, we're just going to go ahead and go into the fall?
Well, the only thing is, when we get into the fall, you've got your city men's league that runs on Thursdays.
Oh, yes, that's right. I forgot about that.
Right. And I haven't Bob and I work very well together on our time, how far I can go into September before he starts. He may have to shorten his time. Instead of playing everybody 3 times, they may have to only play 2 times type deal. Is something that Bob and I need to discuss, but I still want to run my summer league regardless. If it goes in the fall, it goes in the fall. I would say if we run a fall league, it would probably be a Tuesday.
Okay. So you still looking, so you're still had plans for trying to go with that, because you were talking about trying to do that, the 3-person thing for your Tuesday nights at one point. I mean, if I remember correctly from the interview we did.
Right.
So that's something you still are considering trying to do for maybe fall. I mean, things are starting to look a little better, with things starting to kind of reopen up in other areas and things like that. It's starting to look better, or I guess maybe get our hopes up so we're crushed a little more. Hey Ryan, what's going on? But it's such a weird place right now for everybody, and it's how hard it's got it. It's like what am I doing? How do I even make this work for everybody? And it's because running a league is hard enough as it is, and so how much do you think that the unknown about when you're going to start, and with this new excuse me, with taking these few venues out, if I remember how I said it was like three or four venues, taking those out of the mix, how much do you think that might affect your team count this year? You had, what was it? Was it 8?
I don't know that it really will, because they're playing because they want to get qualified
right
for these tournaments. Okay, they're going to find somewhere to play.
Oh, absolutely. And there were places last season that still had room for some teams, for sure.
Oh yes. And Route 30 is open now, and he's got 2 tables, so he's open for 4 teams. So,
and we know he's definitely eager to get some people out there. I know we're chomping at the bit, hoping that we get this doubles league going thing. You guys, I mean, the Rock Falls division of that should be okay because of the number of teams we had, so we should be able to. I won't run into anything up there with that one. So that one for sure, once things get going, we'll definitely get that. The Dixon one, that's going to be touchy. We'll see how that goes. But so what? So are you? So right now, let's say. Are you in a position to start taking, maybe to get ahead of the game a little bit? Are you in a position to start taking team signups and just trying to get ahead of the game? Is that something you're thinking about doing, just so that when it opens, you don't run into having to go?
Yes.
So if people want to get signed up, they can get a hold of you, and they can do that either through that. Most of them know you, so they can either call you or message you. Or if worst case, they can check out that Rock Falls Summer ACS League and get a hold of you, so they can get their team signed up and start getting ahead of it. Because obviously, you're going to want to get going as soon as you can, so you don't want to waste too much time. As soon as the bar is open, you don't want.
I can get everything together and get these people signed up, and we're ready to go. If they're pre-signed up, even before the little short meeting that we have. Instead of the 2-week span, we'll start right away.
So we'll make sure we share some information on that, and we'll get either one of us will get in there to that Rock Falls group, and we'll get a post up there for those guys so they know they can do that. And I'll even get with you. We might be able to. I think we can finagle a sign-up form to put up in there for them if we have to.
Okay.
So we can help out with that a little bit. So if you're listening and you're looking to play in the Thursday Summer League this year, and you still want to, there are some changes that she was talking about. Those few venues in town that are sporting the Blackhawk tables will not be allowed to take part in the Summer League this year, which means if you played out of PJ's, Corner Tap, Froggies, Palms, any of those, you will need to find yourself another venue. So maybe make some calls and talk to some people. All these other venues are in some form still able to be contacted. So you definitely do. And if you haven't been taking advantage of the things they're doing on curbside and things like that, make sure you do it. Show them all the support you can to make sure that they're nice and ready and ready for you for when pool leagues get going. So, and get a hold of Teresa either through the Facebook Rock Falls ACS site. Get a hold of Teresa one way or the other, call her or message her. You can get your team signed up now. The faster you guys get out ahead of this stuff and get yourself signed up, the quicker you can get back into things when things get going. So definitely help her and yourself out by getting a hold of her and taking care of that. So you're also you're kind of encouraging captains maybe to get a hold of you, even just the captains get a hold of you now to kind of go over things with them because, like you said, there were some rules or something that you guys need to try to clarify.
Yes.
Okay. So
we had a short meeting last year, and we've kind of come up with a little list of things that we want to discuss with the players about changing a little bit because, we had a few problems last year. We want to get ahead of that.
well, it's all about you and talking about what's going on with the league. Is there if you want to touch on any of it right now, go ahead and get it out there, and at least that way it's there, and they'll get a chance to at least hear it, and we can get ahead of it, and maybe they can respond to you down the road and help you out. It's up to you.
Well, basically, I can probably post on the summer website
Okay.
a few of the things that we've discussed that we want them, to think about and be aware of. I'll have to find my list. I have so much stuff written down that
You sound like you were about as well prepared as I was for the night. I got home and just everything that could have possibly gone wrong today when I got home to get ready for the show things weren't working, stuff was working too much. It was crazy. So
yeah.
if you're looking to play in the Thursday Summer League, make sure you get over and check out that group, and on Facebook there's a link that rolls across there in the ticker, and I will share it again on the TNT page, and it's all you have to do is go search Rock Falls ACS on Facebook, and it'll take you to a group there. If you're not already a member of it, make sure you join up. You'll find all kinds of information, and over the next few days you'll see some more information get posted about things that they're looking to get clarified and start getting out ahead of things to be prepared for getting the season rolling. So if you want to play, you're interested, get ahead of it. Get ahead of it now. Get a hold of Teresa. Go to that Rock Falls page, and get your team signed up. And give me a day or two, and I'll maybe at some point this weekend I'll give you a little form that you can sign up with, and we'll work something out to make it a little easier to get ahead of it, so we can jump right in as soon as those bars open. We can get in there and just start shooting pool instead of having like Teresa said, having to go through all that meetings and extra length and waiting time, because I know everybody's itching to get back to play. It's been, I honestly can't even remember how. I mean, and it feels like it's been almost a year, but it's been just
it's been a long time.
It feels like forever. And I mean, and it as big a pain as it is, I bet you're actually kind of missing. I bet you're ready for it to be going, just because it's almost routine. Like it feels like you're forgetting to do something.
Yes, it doesn't feel like May because I'd be doing this stuff already. And I'm sitting here like, oh my gosh, we got to get going. And here we sit.
Yeah, it's brutal. I mean, it's
it's awful.
It's horrible, and it's getting to the point now where it's kind of almost scary to think that if something doesn't happen soon, that we might even be out more. Some of the, we're getting to a point where some of these venues are going to be in a bad way, where if we don't get back there soon, and I mean, I know that we're not the only ones that support them, but if we don't get back there, if we don't get back to where we're at as far as everything, pool and everything, some of these venues are going to be forced to make some hard decisions, and
I know
it's horrible.
That's scary.
It is
really scary.
Yeah. You look at all the things that are already going on, the things that, and it's horrible.
Yep.
So.
It breaks my heart. My granddaughter asked my daughter the other day, she said, can I go to the park yet, or is this disease still here?
It's I'm waiting for my grandson to talk, and at the same time, I'm like, oh, as soon as he does it, he's probably gonna the first thing he's gonna figure out to do is ask questions, and I'm not gonna have any good answers, and I'm not gonna
Yep.
enjoy it. So,
Yep.
we've been talking to Teresa Lacosi here on Off the Rail about the Rock Falls Summer League. She's just as eager as the rest of you guys to get going. She's got some stuff that she needs to get your guys' opinion on. So if you are looking to play this year, it's still going to happen. Just playing the waiting game. So get on over to that Rock Falls ACS group on Facebook, or get a hold of Teresa one way or the other. If you know her and have played long enough, you know how to get a hold of her. Let her know, hey, this is my, I'm here, my team, we're going to play. Get your opinions voiced on the things that she needs to talk to you about, some rules changes and things like that. If you need to make a venue change because of the recent decision to remove a few venues from eligibility, definitely get ahead of it now so that you're not running to catch up when things get going. Because as soon as they unlock those doors and say, hey, have at it, it's going to be a madhouse. And if you're slacking, you might just miss out. So get ahead of that and get with Teresa and get things taken care of. Have you and Bob talked recently about anything? Are you
Well, not lately. I want to get with him next week and go through some stuff with him, so we can take care of my league and his league and see what happens there.
Now, I know he just had a vacancy on his board. I can't remember when we talked last. Did you have some spots that were getting jumbled around in yours that you needed to fill, or is your board still pretty intact?
We need to fill the vice president.
Sounds like okay. I thought it was. I didn't want to say it because I think that's what both of you guys are doing, because Carlos recently stepped down over in the men's league. So definitely.
Right.
So so then that's another question. How is without getting too terribly off track and waiting for is that something you're hoping to maybe address before things get going again?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Well, like I said, anything we can do to help, you make sure you let us know, and we will do it. Anything I can do to help. I mean, if I need to help you out putting together some kind of a virtual thing to get people together and help you get those things straightened out and get ready for it, you definitely let me know. And of course, anything you need shared, you let me know, and we'll get it taken care of so we can keep everybody ahead of the game and be ready for when it's time to get back. So. I'm jonesing. I'm playing this year. I just don't know if I'm putting together a new team or if I'm playing with somebody else yet. I know that much. That much
Okay.
I can tell you. I've got so much going on. I haven't even thought about actually shooting pool as much as I want to. And then, I don't know if you heard, but I lost my table the other day. It turned into a workbench, so I haven't been able to play on that in a while. So it's getting crazy. Well, you got anything else for us, Teresa, or?
Not at the moment.
All right. Well, I appreciate you sharing the information you did with us. We will do everything, like I said, we can to help. Teresa Lacosi, Rock Falls Summer ACS League, just waiting to get going. Help her get ahead of the game. Stop by the Rock Falls ACS group on Facebook. Contact her. Get your team signed up. If you're a captain, get a hold of her. Get caught up on some of the rules changes, venue changes. If you're interested in helping fill a spot on the board, get a hold of her and watch that group. I'm sure once she gets things figured out, there'll be information posted there on anything we can do to facilitate things beforehand. So, if we have to, we can even, like I said, we can keep up with the times. We could throw together a little Zoom thing where we can get a bunch of people in there and have a virtual meeting and try to iron out things as much as we can. So,
Right.
well, it's been a pleasure.
Okay.
It's been a pleasure talking to you. I will talk to you later. You have a great weekend. Like I said, if anything comes up, you just let me know and give me a holler, and we will do what we can to help you out. Okay?
I will. Thank you.
Yep. Have a great night. Thanks, Teresa.
All right. Bye.
Bye. So that was Teresa Lacosi. We were just kind of wanted to touch base. We did have some people asking about what was going on with the summer league there, and hopefully obviously there's never a lot of information without knowing when we're going to be able to do what we're, get back to do what we can do. Well, there's not much you can do except for sit and wait. But like you heard me say numerous times, make sure you help her stay ahead of the game. Contact her, get your team signed up, and do those things. I will put some links up. I will share some stuff on the TNT Facebook page. Where's my? We're gonna make another phone call here in a minute. I've been trying to get a hold of her and talk to her. Some people had asked me about whether I was going to, and it's been a game of messenger tag. I've talked to her, and at some point we are going to get her on the show and talk to her about it. Something cool that's been going on. We got really accustomed to right before all this started, watching TNT fight nights and stream tournaments and stream matches, and you're seeing a bunch of them now, still quarantine matches where guys are facing off, and a bunch of just cool new things. And one thing that I've seen, that's been going on a lot lately here, have been these isolation tournaments, the Ghost Games, and it's a pretty cool idea. It's helping guys, it's helping people. I'm sorry, keep on their game playing. And I've seen a few people doing it, and I've watched Valerie over at eSports, and she does a really good job. A lot of the players really respect what she's doing, and they all seem to be having a great time. And it's a ton of fun. She gets a great turnout. I think, if I remember correctly, each night that she does them, she does like 2 of them. She has a lot of different variations on it. She does some Fargo rated ones. She does some 7-foot versus 8-foot, 9-foot table stuff. So it's really cool. It's a lot of fun to watch. You've probably seen on TNT page, we've shared a few of them that our friend Sam has been playing in. I think we might give Sam a call here real quick and talk to him about that. Let me look up some stuff and find some information. We might give him a call real quick. And hopefully soon we'll talk to her. Maybe she's in between tournaments and she's watching. She can give me a text and we'll call her and talk to her live. But I wouldn't expect it. I think she's probably right in the middle of a tournament right now. So I don't know if you just saw my wife wander behind me or not there. She's trying to force me to drink. It's going to be one of those nights. And there she is, giving me rabbit arms. She does a great job with what she's doing over there. So if you haven't already, go over and check out eSports. Best thing about it is all you need is a table and a camera, or a phone, something like that you can jump in her situation there, and you just play the Ghosts. It's 9-ball Ghost games. It's a ton of fun. So, Rhino, if you're listening, I'm going to call you real quick here. Let's see if he answers. Hold on a second. There's my button. Let's give him a phone call here. Don't forget, be part of the show. Whoops, I messed that up. No, I didn't. Be a part of the show. There's way too many numbers in there. No, there isn't. Okay. I just went all completely goofy. I'm sorry. Be a part of the show. Jump on the Facebook page there and leave us a comment. Text me 833-96 Jesus 833-868-7665. Sorry about that. I'm looking at one thing and trying to say another, and it wasn't working. Let's see. Hopefully that's the right phone number. Otherwise, we're going to prank somebody, and they're going to be really upset with us.
Or they're going to dig it.
Or they're going to be like, okay, I'll talk to you. What the heck? Let's see if we can get a hold of Sam here real quick. We might possibly talk to Hollywood later. I'm not sure. Sam? Hey, Sam? Hey, it's Bud from TNT Off the Rail.
Who?
Bud from TNT Off the Rail. You guys sent us. You remember your dad obviously didn't tell you I was calling, did he?
Oh.
You're not in the middle of a ghost tournament, are you?
No.
I was just sitting down.
Right on. We got a minute. I was kind of hoping we're live right now. I was kind of hoping to talk to you for a second about some of your wicked play you've been having in those esports tournaments.
Oh, okay.
Okay, caught Sam a little off guard. It's Sam Henderson, Rhino. How you been, buddy?
Hello?
Huh? Hello. How you been?
Good.
Good. So, how you've been playing in Valerie's 9-ball ghost tournaments now? You've probably what do you played in like? I mean, you got to be getting up there, right? 9, 10 of them or better.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think you've racked up about what 3, 4 wins.
I think I've won around like 6 or 7 of them.
Wow! I must have missed a couple. And they're all 9-ball. You've been doing pretty good about that. Just then you shoot against the ghost to keep score and basically tally up the highest score at the end of it all. And they playing in rounds. How many games do you usually play in a tournament? Is it based on how many people it is, or is it just a certain number of games?
Usually if there's if there's 12 people, then we'll usually have like 5 rounds in a tournament, but if there's only like 8, we'll only do like 3 or 4 rounds in a tournament, but then it's 6 games a round.
So, how'd you come across Valerie? Was it just did she come to you and ask you to play in them, or did you just kind of happen across her on Facebook, or how'd you find them?
My parents were just scrolling through Facebook and they saw the Ghost 9-ball tournament happening, and then it was only the first one of the night, and they entered me in the second one of the night.
And how did you win the first one you played, or it wasn't until the second or third one you played before you won?
It was the third one that I played in, I think, that I won.
And they've ended up being they've kind of grown a little fond of you. Valerie kind of helped you out at one point with something, didn't she?
Yeah, she did a fundraiser to get me new felt because I had cheap red felt on my table. It was pretty crappy felt. So now I have Simonis cloth on my table.
And that was on your 7-footer, because you just got yourself a nice new 9-footer as well, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, are you playing in any tonight, or are you in between? Because I know she does 2 a night or so, I think, right?
Yeah.
So
I played in the first one, but I don't know if I'm gonna play in the second one.
how'd you do? So you played one tonight. How'd you do?
I'm not sure how many rounds I played. I'm not sure, but I was playing pretty well, and then I don't know what just happened. I started to break really bad, and balls were clumping up, and I was only scoring 5 or less.
Ooh, not
Yeah.
having the stellar night you're hoping for. You playing? So what were you playing on tonight? The 7 or the 9?
7.
7. So she does a lot of specialty ones, like she does them by Fargo and she does them by table size as well. But then she also does some where it doesn't matter what table you're shooting on, because I think the one I was watching, there was guys playing on all different size tables.
Yeah. She sometimes she does just 7 foot and 8 foot. Sometimes she just does 9 foot, or she just does like women's tournaments, or she does a 550 and under.
And obviously you played in all those except for the women's ones.
Yeah.
That the one Fargo, that was one of the ones you won, was the 550 and under, wasn't it?
Not sure. I think I got second.
Well, yeah, you might be right. You know, I don't know about you, but days are just blurring together anymore. They're all just kind of one big, really long day. It's getting a little nuts. So which out of your 2 tables have you picked a favorite yet? Obviously, you've had that 7-foot for a long time, and you just got that 9-foot. But is it starting to grow on you, and maybe kind of leaning towards one or the other now?
Yeah. I would probably choose the 9 foot over the 7 foot.
Really?
Yeah.
So now I I know this is going to be a slightly rough subject for you, and I saw you post about it earlier today or maybe yesterday. I'm not sure, but they recently announced some more hard hitting cancellations to you, and I know that it really bummed you out. But I had to ask you. Yeah, they just recently canceled the VNEA juniors got canceled a little bit ago, and they just recently announced the APA one. And I saw you mention he's got one left. Hopefully that they might still try to get in, which it's going to be tough. But how is this affecting? I mean, you shoot a lot, and so how is this really I mean, even with the ability to shoot at home as much as you do, how is it really affecting you to not be able to get out and interact and play with other people?
I would say that I would rather be out and play against other people because I don't know if I'm actually playing good because I'm only playing by myself. But I would try. I mean, at least I can play,
Right.
but I don't know.
So, with being able to sit at home and play and stuff like that, so you're obviously being able to stay in stroke. But do you think it might be affecting your the mental side of your game a little bit, not being able to get out and put yourself in those different situations? Do you think the constant shooting against, I guess, yourself or the ghost, do you think that might be putting you into a weird little mental rut?
Yeah, like it's hard for me because when I'm playing the ghost, like sometimes I want to play safety, but I can't. So like, cause no, then the game will be over and I lose.
Right.
But overall, yeah.
That was my kind of part of my next question too. Was that's got to be that in the whole mentality thing? That's got to be a whole nother discipline. There is playing a game that takes a good chunk here. I mean, because not a lot of people. There are some people that don't care for safeties and things like that, but it's a part of the game. It's just it's a part of the game, and it's got to be kind of weird to go to a table knowing that you have to go back to that make every shot mentality, and that you can't play as smart as you normally would. It's got to be a little weird.
Yeah, it is. Like, I mean, sometimes when I am playing the ghost and the balls don't really spread evenly when I break, and then there's a really good safety shot, and I want to take that, but I can't because I know that I'm playing the ghost, and apparently the ghost runs out. Yeah.
Is that Mama here back there?
Yeah.
So
She's
have you?
listening.
Yeah, is she? So do you being stuck at home and playing? Are you getting are you getting is Dad hopping in there? Are you playing him at all, or are you just completely scared him away?
He doesn't. He barely ever plays. Like sometimes, if I'm playing on the 9-footer, he'll practice, but after a couple racks, he'll be like, "Oh God, I don't want to play you. Oh God."
Well, it tends to happen when you don't let him out of the chair, Sam. You got to let him shoot once in a while if you want him to stay around and play some with you, bud.
Yeah.
Well, I've been sharing out those isolation ones when the ghost games when you play them because they're a ton of fun. I've found myself sitting and watching them because you when you get on a roll, you get to putting off some shots. That one tournament, I think you only missed out of the total points for the whole tournament, didn't you only missed like 8 or 12 total points that you could have got for the whole tournament, right?
Yeah. I think what? What's that? Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, if I remember, it was like there was like I think you in one of your posts you were explaining it was like there was a possible 260 points you could have got or something like that, and you got like 252 of them or something. So you must have been shooting.
Oh yeah.
You must have been
Yeah.
shooting lights out. That's got to feel pretty good knowing a bunch of people saw you just tear it up like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were talking about that 575, right? That
I-
575
Yeah, I think that's the one it was. Like I said, they kind of all blur together to me anymore. As much as I hate to say it, it comes with age.
Yeah.
You get older, everything just looks blurry.
I ended up winning that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've been, like I said, you've been shooting those things pretty lights out, and they've been getting a lot of attention. And I think it's cool that the Valerie's doing things like that and giving everybody something to do. And I'm trying real hard to catch up with her, and we'll maybe get to talk to her soon. So,
Mhm.
well, Sam, I'm kind of glad I got to talk to you for a second. It's cool to see how you're doing, and anytime you want, you're more than welcome to come back and talk to us and tell us more war stories, especially when we get back to shooting and you can tell us about some other people that you might have beaten up on, and we'd look forward to your amazing future. You're a heck of a shooter right now. You're a great representative of the sport and of course of your sponsors. I know you've got a few good sponsors that are taking good care of you, and you do a great job of taking care of them and saying the things that need to be said. And I really commend you for that. You're doing a great job, and I hope you keep it up. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. You have a great night, Sam. We'll talk to you later, buddy. Okay.
Okay. You
All
too. Night.
Night. So that was Sam Henderson, Rhino. He's got a nice little Facebook page you can go check out as just search Sam Rhino Henderson, and you can go check him out. Great little ambassador of the sport. That kid is amazing. I wouldn't play him for nothing, because he would still take something from me somehow. I just know it. It would probably be my pride or the last bit of sanity. I'm not sure. That kid can shoot. If you haven't, you can go over to eSports on Facebook. Just search that up, check it out, and you can see some of Sam's performances on there. He's like I said, he shoots lights out when he gets going on those things, and it's a great thing. If you're looking for something to do, and you got a table and a camera, check it out. Go see Valerie. Tell them TNT sent you. Get in on one of them. She does 2 a night. They're pretty cool. That's a neat thing to check out. Something a little different, and it's my hats off to people like Valerie doing things like that to keep people playing and doing these things through all this. It's been a really weird time for everybody, and to stay focused on what we do with the pool thing. It's been really, really hard on us, especially those of us who can't shoot. There's a lot of jokes going around about all those guys that say, "Oh, I haven't shot in weeks." We're making honest people out of some of them, because they really honestly haven't shot in weeks. So keep your heads up. We'll be back shooting soon, real soon. Don't forget to help support and all these awesome venues that have taken care of us throughout the years, sponsored our teams, and done all these things, be it pool or softball or any of that. Make sure that you're doing everything you can to help them out. All the great venues all around the place, not just in my area. I know I talk about a lot of the ones in my area, but because that's where I see. But if you're a venue anywhere, then you hear or see this, and you want me to tell somebody about it and tell somebody what you're doing through all this time to keep things going until we get back to, for lack of a better word, normal, get a hold of me, 833-868-7665. Search TNT Tournaments on Facebook. Hit me up, and I will tell people what you are doing and how awesome you are, so that we can make sure you're still there when we can get back to doing the things we do. Just a little reminder, a few things going on around here that I did have. For those fans of the Alley Loop and those amazing sandwiches they have over there, they just recently announced that Monday, May 18th, they will be offering curbside for those awesome sandwiches. Check them out on Facebook, the Alley Loop. You can give them a call at 815-288-9335. Tell them TNT sent you. Whiskey Barrel, Tuesday through Thursday, 3 to 8. Friday through Sunday, 2 to 8. Give them a call, 815-716-8061. Of course, Froggies and Rock Falls. If for nothing else, go to their Facebook page just to check out all those really cool little videos that she makes. They are hilarious, talking French fries and pizza and all that. Jeez, That is freaking funny. Give them a call, 815-625-4783, and you can find their menu and all their daily specials on their Facebook page. Just search Froggies and Rock Falls. Not sure exactly the Cooler and Corner Taps plans. They have been doing some stuff on Saturdays. Check out their Facebook pages as well. Search the Cooler on Facebook in Rock Falls, Corner Tap in Rock Falls. You can give the Cooler a call to find out if they're doing anything, 815-632-3010, and Corner Tap 625-4463. I do believe that Shamrock is back to serving food curbside, and I lost their phone number. I had it wrote down here. Shamrock and Dixon. Most of you guys probably know how to get a hold of them. You can check them out on Facebook as well. Don't forget, always, you can be a part of the show. You can contact me anyway. If we're not live, you can contact me, and we'll talk about it on the next show. Feel free to give me a call during the show or text me, and I will get back to you. I will call you on the air if you'd like. All you have to do is get a hold of me, and we will make you a part of the show. I don't have much else this week. It was kind of rough. I had a lot of things going on. A lot of people have been real busy taking care of things. I thought maybe we would talk to Hollywood, but he's had an interesting week himself, so maybe we'll catch up with him next week. Things are starting to look up. It could be hopefully sooner than later that we get back and get things going. Don't forget, check out Rock Falls ACS Facebook group. Get a hold of Teresa. Get your team signed up if you're a captain and or are interested in being a part of the board over there. They're looking for a new vice president. The Sterling Rock Falls Pool League is looking for a new vice president as well. You can check out that information about that and share any kind of interest you might have with that, srfpool.com, and they have a Facebook page as well. I'm Bud. This has been TNT Off the Rail. You guys have a great weekend. Check out some of those ghost tournaments over at Esports. Search Esports on Facebook. Tell Valerie TNT sent you over to have some fun. Be safe. Support your local venues. Make sure that they are around when it's time to get back and hang out with them. We'll see you guys all soon. Check out Facebook, TNT. Drop a like and a follow on there. If you watch it on YouTube, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. If you're watching on Facebook, make sure you have your live notifications turned on for the next time we go live, where we could be talking to or about you. Small business, venues, get a hold of me. Let me tell people all about you. You guys have a great weekend. I'll see you next week.